Hello everybody, astrology report here for the week of December 8, December 21. I made a one video, but for some reason the video did not record it. So I'm have to do some redo of that video. So I'm gonna redo it probably tomorrow or maybe today. We'll see how that's gonna go, but technical difficulty of Mr. Finger, instead of starting it, what happened is it was paused. So the whole recording, which was very beautiful, didn't go away as it should. So let's go on and look at what's going on with the stars. We had a kind of like a little bit of very good week, except what's happening now during the weekend, because the moon joined Uranus and opposing Mars. Some of the people were triggered out their ego. Some of the people were looking at into the stuff. And during this weekend, which was Saturday, Sunday, there was kind of like a consequences with this. But that energy is going to shift, going to be shifting tonight. The thing's going to be more calmed down. Going to be looking at how you're going to see this energy is going to shift. And tomorrow the energy is going to be completely little different story. Things that we're going to be paying attention here, it's those three guys here. They're going to kind of like again together. And we're going to see that when the moon joins the north nodes and the day after, there's going to be some totally stuff that comes in here into, since Venus it's right here in the Capricorn. That is going to be your relationships and art that you have to take a look at it of what you need to do. And this kind of like is going to be occupied a week pretty much of the same thing. We are going to have also Mercury who's going to be comes in. He's going to come out of the darkness. He's going to be comes out of the things, and he's going to go to Sagittarius. The things that was reflecting now in you, the things that you hide deep inside of you. The week is going to be kind of like a push you to comes in and look at it of you to express the things that you are holding so much inside of you. You are holding to the things that you always wanted to say, but for one way or another reason, you didn't say it. Now you see when a Mercury was in Scorpio, you see the things that you hadn't said. Now it's time for you to go ahead and bring them into the light. The things that comes out into. To remind you, we have only one retrograde planet, which is going to be Uranus, and it's going to coming up for a little bit more, and we're going to be ending the season of retrograde planets, which is mean that it's enough of learning, it's time to performing. And this is why all the planets are direct right now. They're kind of like on one side of the, pretty much, if you look at it here, those three zodiac signs, it's kind of like putting in that space into it, and it's time for you to perform. It's time for you to do the creative actions so you can be happy first within yourself, and 10 happy for everyone's around you. So what's going on tomorrow? Tomorrow morning the moon is going to be continue right here. It's going to be continue the opposing Mars, but that is going to be on its own self, because Mars moved from that opposition from Uranus. Now Mars is going to be feel on its own. You're going to be spending time into your own darkness. You're going to be spending time as a masculine energy on this man's cave, and you're going to be reflecting of what did you do during this period. What did you learn? What did you study? What did you comes out of it? As I said, Mercury is going to be coming out of Scorpio, is going to be entering this, and now this reflection, it's like what it is explaining to it will be like when the man comes out of the man's cave, he says what he needs to say, what he did, what kind of reflection did he reflecting on himself. And that's applied for everybody, not only for the man and female or whatever. That is applied for you as a personality. That's what the energy field is into. As I say here, those three guys, They are right now kind of like have a very good position with Neptune, which is the inner vision. So what you need to do, they are very good with Mars, and they are very good with Uranus. This is kind of like the time when you have to step out and do the right things, first of all for yourself and then for others. As remind you here what those three planets are representing. First of all, Venus is representing the love inside of you, as kind of like as a feminine energy of what is the things you go on. Saturn represents the limitations. That is, Saturn represents the teachings. When you limitate yourself, you go against yourself, and then you learn that you should not go against yourself. You're learning how to be doing the proper things for everyone. Usually, whenever it's going on in Capricorn, that is when you work with something with the society. Most of the people who are doctors, who are firefighter, policemen, they have something very powerful here into a Capricorn. And then we have a Pluto. Pluto is the one who creates the surrounding, creates your peers, your friends, of who you socialize. And now you're going to be doing revaluations of everyone in the past. Did that? And that was also evaluations of your relationships, because Venus is about the love. Venus is about the power inside of you as love, of what did you do, what did you learn into. So focusing on this is going to be kind of like a pretty much occupied for the next like a week or so. And during this period, be patient with yourself, but we also pay patience with other people, because the other people can have their own issues. They can still be in the cave, they can still be in the silence, they can be still going down deep into themselves and do the inner work. That's what this weekend energy was. You to go ahead and shut everybody out, but reflect on your own self. Tuesday, the moon is still gonna be giving a very good part to this. As Venus is approaching to Saturn, uh, you're gonna be experiencing inner power of facing the limitations, of crossing the boundaries, crossing steering the line that you should have been steering for a very long time, and fix your relationships. It's going to be a very good part of this process when the Saturn and Venus there together, uh, kind of like something that you always wanted to express, you was never express. If you had a feeling for someone, you're gonna go ahead and express that feeling. If you had things that were never spoken, the love inside of it is gonna be spoken out. And it's very good energy. It's enjoy it, guys. Enjoy this time. Enjoy this energy. It's gonna be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energies onto. As we are going to see here, the moon, it's going to be begin to oppose Mercury. Do you ready to go ahead and cross the boundary of the communications? Are you going to do what God tells you to do, which is the universe, or you are going to go ahead and still continue hold on to your emotions, to the emotions of stubbornness, because the moon is in Taurus, and Taurus is very well known energy of stubbornness. In a good way, it is the part of go out and do and achieve what you need to achieve. But in a bad way, the stubbornness can create a lot of issue for your own energy. It depends of what is your configurations of your charts is. Wednesday, of course, nothing is perfect, right? Nothing is going to be get into it. We are going to begin to feel the power of the full moon. It comes in, it's going to begin to feel this energy of opposing the sun. The energy is going to be kind of like just squaring Neptune. Careful with your inner visions. What is your vision? Is your vision comes from the soul, which is those blue lines, or the vision comes in from your ego? And you will see that this opposition of it. You may experience problems in at home. That could be between the spouses or between your parents or between something. You will feel like this duality since the moon it's in Gemini, this duality of the good and the bad, each one you are, of what standing point you're going to be. Since this is squaring Neptune, it's kind of like gonna give the wrong vision and the wrong ideas for the people what to do. But since it's also squaring the sun, that is gonna be comes in from your inner ego. It's in your part, and be careful when you're expressing your feelings. The sun now it's in Sagittarius, so it can be very very powerful talk, very powerful expressions. But since the sun it doesn't have any positive aspects into it, be careful of what you're saying, to who is saying, and what you're saying. I'm just saying, okay? Thursday. That energy is going to be continue to rise up, and it's going to be more and more crazy. Are you focused on the divine? Right now, the Venus, Saturn, and Pluto, they're all going to be together. The difference between them, it's like a 1 degree off. And the one it's a 19 degrees, the other one it's 20, and Pluto is 21. The moon is going to be reflecting on that beautiful energy. If you focus on that beautiful energy, you're going to do the right things for your inner happiness. You're going to be do the right things for yourself. You're going to stop lying to yourself. You stop going to say, you stop going to be doing this part of when you're supposed to say yes, you say yes. If you say no, then it's no. And very good cardinal changes here. Very good cardinal changes, very good energy. You can go ahead and do those cardinal changes. The inner visions of Pluto is going to lead you to see the darkness that you had, and then the darkness is going to go back into that magical triangle here that goes on. That energy, if you stay in that energy, is going to be a perfect. If not, if you using these aggravations energies, you're not going to be growing, and the growth that Jupiter will give us when his presence in Capricorn is gonna be completely kind of like wasted. Basically, you're gonna missing the opportunities you to be having a better life. Friday the 13th. The moon is gonna be in Cancer. The moon is gonna be home. A lot of emotions, a lot of tears, a lot of issues, but also prevent yourself from growth. Does opposition with Jupiter beginning of the day, and also the very close part with the North Node. And in the sense the North Node is retrograde, that is a you to look at it in the spirituality part of the family. Is your family really the family that you kind of like feel, or you feel outsider of your family? What is in the inner side of yourself as a family? Are you alone in the family when you're together? And maybe the truth is gonna hit you kind of like in a very bad positions during this period. I really suggest to try not to overreact, not to have a bad emotions, not to do bad things, but reflect on your own self. Reflect on your own things. They needs to be reflect of it. It's going to be good sextile here with Uranus, and Uranus is going to have a very good energy towards Jupiter. So if you focus of the God part, if you're talking about the universe, you're going to have a blast, because this is going to be neutralized that energy inside of it. Very good day to expressing yourself. That is the best time you can finally decide of like, you know what, I didn't talk to this person, I will go ahead and talk to them. I will find the time to talk to them. You may not have to talk this day exactly, but it's a very important part is to make the decision. To make the decision to express this when your masculine energy was in the darkness. As you see, Mars doesn't have any more negative aspects as of the moment into a very good reflection day for your own self. And Saturday, the moon and Cancer is still going to be affecting these emotions and all that negativity, because the energy cannot be held on to for a long time. Is going to be opposing this. It's like the whole world goes against you. Anytime that the moon opposing Venus, you may feel like you are abandoned, you are not appreciated, you're not feeling good, the thing doesn't go your own way, the family situation is not proper. And during this period, those intense energies can go kind of like messes you up. But if you look at it here, it looks like a kite. This is one of the best periods of it, because you can go ahead and choose to go around the issues. You can go ahead and look at it, the full pictures, instead of focus on the direct approach. Because before you speak to someone, find yourself what you're going to speak to it. Is that the proper way? Is that the proper situation of it? And Sunday, the moon is going to be in Leo. That energy is going to be present a little bit itself, but now this square here between the moon and Uranus is going to be kind of like a crazy. Be careful with your personal relationship. Careful of what you're doing, who you're hurting, how you're hurting, because the situation maybe is not going to be perfect. Mercury is going to be square in Neptune, which is the words that you say, the communications that you do can be not proper if you don't focus on your good side. Also, the Sun is going to be square in Neptune, so there's going to be kind of like two planets that comes into this energy to add into it, to have real communications, but you have to speak up, kind of like a speak up on a good way, even if there is a bad things that you need to discuss, but discuss them in a good way. If you understand what I'm trying to say, again, this energy here, if you choose that, is going to be stay for a little bit, and it's going to be helping you to go ahead and revise. Venus is going to be passing by Pluto. It's not going to have this craziness that much, but it still is going to be intense energy of inner feeling of love. Keep that inner feeling of love inside of yourself. It doesn't matter what else is going on. It is about that everything first of all begins with you. It doesn't begin with someone else. You look at the things inside of you before you make the step, before you talk to someone, before you do something. Try to not do whatever you have done in the past. Look at your limitations. Focus on your circle. See if you are in the right circle. If not, this is why that power here on the Capricorn is going to help you to change. Thank you so much for watching the video, and be love.